Teatok Show.
Hello tea lovers, beautiful people, how you doing? It's another time, another episode of your number one entertainment show on Atlantic TV. It is Teatok, baby. This is where we serve you the hottest gist, trendiest updates, and of course giving you the latest in the world of entertainment. I'm your host with the most, Enkay is my name, and today I am not alone. I've got a very dear friend of mine, someone who, this guy, Sha, he's a good friend though, but sometimes if they come, if they go, if they disappear, they appear. But thank God I caught him today, and he's right here with me on the show. Please help me receive media personality, radio host, everything entertainment, where? Fresh Prince of which air now?
Of the
Warrior
airwaves.
of the airwaves, right? Good to have you here. What's
What's good
good? Welcome to Teatok.
Thank you. Good life.
Yes, so it's been like you just leave me for one corner, but it's okay.
No, you understand.
I got you now.
Why is the line of business?
Right.
So you understand how it can be very, taxing and
Yes.
work takes you out of town.
That's true. That's true.
and
That's true.
But anytime you catch up with your colleagues, you try as much as possible to make
Very, very
the
important.
most of it.
Very,
And
very
you're looking
important.
good, by the way.
Well, thank you. Oh my God, he just gave me a compliment. Thank you. Now the work way we they do, you know, understand.
Nice.
Funny enough, Fresh Prince and I have been friends for years, but this is actually the first time we are actually sitting on air to have like a discussion, right?
True. We already had like, like a media chat.
Yeah,
Something
that's
that
true.
concerns our industry. And,
That's true.
Long overdue.
Long overdue. Today we will drop it like it's HOT. First of all, let's take a sip.
Okay. Yeah.
And cheers to
Cheers to what?
a great show.
All right.
I had mine already. All right, so welcome to Teatok.
My pleasure.
You're looking good, by the way.
Thank you.
I love the tea.
Okay,
Don't
yeah.
play.
I said I should come through with some controversy for you.
I know. I will talk about him because he's actually on my list today.
All right.
This man has been doing the most lately.
Yeah.
Talking about that, before we get into the gist of today, I always love to ask men when I get to have them on the show.
Okay.
There's been this talk that men don't gossip. Okay, so do you subscribe to that? Do you really agree that men don't gossip? Because I know,
No, men
I beg to disagree though, but let me hear from you. Do you think men gossip or don't gossip?
No, we don't gossip. We gist.
You gist.
Yes. We play cassettes. After I get your cassettes. I play for you.
Okay, so that's a better way to put it. You play cassettes.
Yes.
Nobody gossip. And it's not a woman they gossip, but so kind men why not did they gossip? And I'm like, whoa.
Well, I think
Yeah,
it also
I need to be
depends
calming
it depends
down.
on the context too.
Oh, okay.
I noticed that in a situation where men are forced to gossip, are usually if they have they're in a relationship, maybe their wife,
Their
or
babes.
you understand? So you are put in a position where you have to
You have to
listen.
say something.
Honey, you hear what happened to our neighbor? You are waiting happen because if you
Is that the kind of gist I'm talking about?
that's
Man.
it's the women that bring the gossip now.
Okay.
That's what I mean. You women bring the gossip, and if you don't pay attention, but like my husband or my boyfriend doesn't listen. You get. So we understand that women.
So when
love
you are
juicy.
around your fellow men,
No,
would you say you gossip or you
No,
just
we know the gossip now.
You play cassettes.
You play cassettes. Alpha, when do you think that guy do?
That guy do, I mean?
No try at all, oh.
No
Just
try.
play cassettes and we move
Okay. It is well. He has put it in a nicer way. It's fine. I take it like that. No problem. I'll put it in my books. Men play cassettes. They don't gossip. Okay, it's gonna trend. Anyways, let's get into the real gist of today. First off, I would love us to talk about VDM. The last time I talked about VDM on this show was when he he actually criticized the movie that was done in his name.
Okay, Gentle Jack.
Gentle Jack actually acted as VDM when he came out
to
came out to criticize the movie, saying that no one reached out to him before that movie was done. I mean, he would have obliged and even tell them even things that they don't even know about him, so they can have a full tribute and all that stuff. But he wasn't pleased with the movie. And yeah, I saw that coming anyways, because I was saying, I said the last time we saw Gentle, you were with me that day.
Yes,
we saw Gentle Dragon. If I don't know that movie they do for that place, for just still like one or two. You understand? Well, that's one discussion that's even there, because there's been a controversy between the Nollywood industry. They have the Lagos wood and the Asaba wood and the Enugu wood, and it's just wooden everywhere.
Wood
oh jeez, oh my God. Anyway, that's another discussion for another day. But right now, we see VDM in the news for something more like activism.
Yes.
On Monday, the 23rd of June, we saw Very Dark Man leading a protest. This time around, last week he led the one in Benue State that was apparently hijacked at the end of the day, talking about the Benue massacres. And this week we saw him in Abuja leading school children dressed in
uniform.
Dressed in uniform. I saw that video and I'm like, what is wrong with this man? What? I used to have this subtle resentment for VDM, back then, but recently I'm beginning to see that he's actually coming out to fight for the people, which is one thing I love about him. Now, Martins Vincent O'Shea, right? So he led the school children dressed in uniform, and they took that protest to the gate of the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike. And he was kind of leading like a classroom session where he was using the alphabet and calling names of politicians and different things associated with politics with the alphabet. And I'm like, T for Tinubu, W for
Wike, F for fraudulent.
Oh my goodness. And I'm like, gosh, what is this? I mean, when you saw that, what first came to your mind?
Well, the funny thing is that at that video, he left his comment section open.
Okay.
When
Trust Nigerians.
Yes, I watched the full video and I loved it, actually. I know VDM is someone you love to hate. That's just
I think that's
today
the best
you
way
hate
to put
him.
it. That's
tomorrow
the
you
best
love
way
him.
to put it.
Next tomorrow you hate him. Tomorrow you love him. So we've come to understand this type of person. And that type of person, I can compartmentalize people. So if today you do something wrong that doesn't sit well with me, I'll definitely call you out on it. But doesn't mean that I hate you. All the good works you've been doing is null and void. No. So for that, I really applaud him, because I think if you follow up the story, I think they've reached out to him and the FCT.
Yeah, they've actually responded.
Yes. So it means that it worked. It worked. Because I mean, our politicians, the political class, they are, if you really want to get to them, the normal way, the normal way doesn't work again. They've seen protests. They've seen coming on social media, 30-day round challenge. They've seen you've done everything, and they become used to it.
So how come not until VDM did it? Because this is a strike that has been on since the 24th of March.
It's about 9 weeks.
9 weeks. We are talking about school children. And this is all because the council chairman refused to pay the minimum wage of 70,000 to the primary school teachers. And I'm like, why? Even after the directive has been given for the minimum wage to be implemented. Now you refuse to pay the minimum wage. School children have been out of school for 9 weeks. You had to wait till VDM led the protest before you respond. I don't see any sense in it.
It's the failure of the institutions, the failure of the labor unions, failure of society generally. Because if people have been at home, students have been at home for 9 weeks.
9 weeks.
I mean, the parents did not do anything. The teachers are not doing anything. No union.
The minister did not even say anything about it.
So it's the failure of society. Someone said something recently. He said, because the political class and everybody involved, government, have dropped the bar so low, it will not take someone like VDM to come in to fill in that vacuum, thus making him a hero. Ordinarily, I mean, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, actually.
So that gives him, that embodies him, because he sees that to do things that he does, You understand? But ordinarily, because government creates that vacuum, him going to Benue to go see the victims and our president said because the road was bad, he couldn't
go.
I mean, you continue to create that vacuum where other non-state players step in and become heroes in the eyes of citizens. And so, I mean, ordinarily, this is what government should have taken care of immediately. You should, in 24 hours, 9 weeks.
We're talking about school children.
9 weeks. Come
Which
on.
is actually the same day that I think the Minister of Information came out to say that Abuja is safest place in Nigeria, right?
It doesn't take away from the fact that, yes, people are praising him, that Wiki is working, FCT and all that. But, I mean, this one was actually...
It was really out of place. It was really out of place. And I love the format in which he took it, you know, dressed in uniform.
Sure.
To actually pass the message.
He went into character. And it was a teachable moment for the pupils, the children.
In fact, I saw a part where he called one out and I was asking him, what do you want to be in the future? And the guy couldn't say anything. He was like, I beg, go inside.
It's the EU part I like. When he was like, EU. M for fraudulent. EU.
Oh,
say EU. T for Tinubu. It was a teachable moment. Let them understand that. And
these are bad stuff.
Yes, and this is what your government is doing. Your government literally has failed you. You know, the money that was supposed to be paid, where is it? Why have you not paid the teachers? They've embezzled the E for embezzlement, F for fraud, M for mismanagement. Let them know all these things. And it's very important. It's part of civic
responsibility.
Yeah, civic studies, social studies, whatever.
I mean, let's know. But then would you now go to school and say, M for mismanagement?
At least the child knows what mismanagement is. They learn it from VDM. The money that's appropriated for something that is not used is mismanagement. That's mismanagement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big ups to you.
Yeah, big ups to
VDM.
you. For now.
He actually said, right? He actually said he's going to come back to lead another protest for, I think, healthcare workers as well who are also striking.
But Enkay, where are the labor unions?
I don't get.
All these workers, they have labor unions. Where is NLC?
But you know,
NUT,
NLC,
where are all these people?
But you know, NLC has also tried in, you know, leading some of these protests as well that were later hijacked. You know, I remember the fight for the minimum wage.
Yeah.
After all the tussle back and forth, that it came down to 70,000. You know, and then when the NLC president went to, I've forgotten the eastern state where he was attacked.
Beaten,
you know, so I think these people are just tired.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't be, right?
They
shouldn't be.
That's why they're there to represent the interests of...
VDM is just a citizen. He's not a state actor. If anything happens to him today, Nigeria will still move on.
True.
So, I mean, we shouldn't leave the work for him to do because government is not even paying him a dime for all of this. He's doing it because he has this hunger, you know, to see a better Nigeria. And he has given them a 7-day ultimatum. That's 7 days, so now not do the needful. We are back on these streets. It is fire for fire.
But hey,
right? Anyways, we are actually proud of him for the work. So like you said,
for now.
Now. I like that clause. For now. If tomorrow you change out for us, we'll go change out for you back. But anyways, kudos to VDM. He's sure doing a great job. All right, moving away from that, on Sunday, which happens to be the 22nd of June, right there in Hollywood, Atlanta, we saw Wizkid making history.
Yeah.
Again. And this time around, it has to be his performance at the Hollywood Bowl. Now, this is the first time Wizkid, like an African artist basically, is actually performing at the Hollywood Bowl, and it had to be Wizkid, and it was nothing short of spectacular. Just imagine Afrobeats songs on an orchestra.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was beautiful. Did you listen to that?
Yeah,
it was
I saw that.
Beautiful. And the part where he brought his son Zion on stage, I'm like, oh, I loved it. It was so heartwarming.
He's gone in for Father of the Year.
Okay.
And we just celebrated Father's Day recently.
Right. So. It was beautiful to see. I mean, he performed alongside the Color of Noise Orchestra, which was conducted by Grammy winner Derek Hodge. And at some point, Ashake was on
Yeah,
stage
he brought
with
on
him,
Shakir.
to perform, and it was a beautiful moment altogether. What do you think about Afrobeats beginning to take center stage globally at the moment?
All right, so first off, I need to give shout out to Wizkid for that because he's on tour now, the Morayo tour.
Yeah.
You know, some time back, the reports filtered that he cancelled some cities,
shows,
some centers because of lack of ticket sales, and just the other fan base, they came for him.
The big tree. I will not send it to me.
You know, like our faith can never, you understand?
Yeah. And that fight has been on for a while, though.
Yeah, I understand that this Morayo album isn't doing as quite, great numbers as compared to Made in Lagos. You know, Made in Lagos was shut down, O2 Arena, Grammy and everything, Billboard. So some person said it's because Wizkid didn't promote this Morayo album as much as he did Made in Lagos. And then Morayo album doesn't have like a very standout song.
He dedicated that album to his mom.
Notwithstanding, no standout song. I love the album though.
Yeah.
Few, very subtle, but no standout song that would have helped.
Made in Lagos.
Like, you understand, that would have helped push the album. And the thing with when you're touring, people want to
sing
you understand. See, like Beyonce is touring right now. Yeah. Cowboy, was the album. Yeah. So she has standout singles that people definitely would want to look forward to, to perform. So yeah. So part of what contributed to the lackluster tour that is happening right now. But I say shout out to him that it was a sold out tour, sold out concert, the Hollywood Bowl. Shout out to him. The whole place was jam packed. Yeah. So Afrobeat generally is gaining traction. We're seeing lots of foreign international counterparts. Want to be associated with the brand. It's become a brand. Yes. That's the truth. It's become a brand. We're seeing people who they're releasing songs. It has the Afrobeats flavor. I remember growing up, to have an international artist on your song was a big deal. Yeah, like going back then, say you had R. Kelly or Ja Rule or 50 Cent. Remember
in your song? It was a big deal.
It was a big deal. Yeah. Like, it was a big deal to have these guys. But now, Watana, like...
In fact, they're asking for a collaboration.
You get, now, Wata, you can't even keep up. Like, Ashake has collaborated with Travis Scott, with Ghana, with Central C.
Talk of Burna Boy.
Like, in our water, even it's crazy. Black Bones with Ludacris.
Tyler actually
Odumodu
just said
with Wale.
That she's performing with a song with Wizkid. I think the song it's coming out soon. Okay. She just hinted on that she's actually on a collaboration with Wizkid. Yeah.
So yeah, Afrobeats is, the truth is, it don't come off our hand.
It's now a global thing, right?
But yes, so
but then people feel like Afrobeats is like the only sound resonating with Africa, whereas we've had hip hop, we've had rock, we've had R&B, we've had other genres, but everyone is just relating with Afrobeats. We
were discussing this off the air, that the beautiful thing about Afrobeats is the fact that it's a very fluid genre. You can bend it to your taste. So you can add dancehall, you can add reggae, you can even add amapiano.
Amapiano.
Now people are aqua piano, Niger piano.
Oh my God.
What's Casey's own?
Oh my God.
Casey.
Oh my God. Yeah, he said something recently on
piano.
that.
Everybody. Yes, that's basically Afrobeats merged with amapiano. My friend did a song. It's on my choir bomb. Say aqua piano.
Aqua piano. Oh my goodness.
Juju piano. Just add it. So that's the beautiful thing of Afrobeats. You can do Afro pop, Afro R&B, Afro reggae. So it can accept. It can accept everything compared to other very strict genres like hip hop or reggaeton.
Hip-hop.
It has to be. Even amapiano itself cannot add on another genre. So that's the beautiful thing with Afrobeats, and that's why it's all encompassing. Everybody wants to come in. Someone who is an R&B singer like Selena Gomez or Camila Cabello can jump on it, and it's beautiful. So yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see actually. I'm really, really so excited to see what is going on. I mean, the Nigerian music industry is beginning to gain a lot of traction globally. I mean, we saw Ara win the BET Awards for Best International Act, and then we've seen other Nigerian stars taking the bigger stages, and I'm truly, truly excited. I mean, also Arena right now, Nawata for Nigerian artists. I mean, it's been sold out back to back. Like, I'm really, really excited that this is happening at a time as this.
But my own prayer, just to add, is the Afrobeats artists, they should eat.
What do you mean eat?
Like, you should bring in money for them. There are a lot of artists still struggling with the way we recognize that Afrobeats has gone global. You understand?
Yeah.
But it shouldn't just be that it's the big three or the big four, whatever they're just the ones cashing out. You have others still struggling because, I don't know, maybe the Nigerian market is not favoring them, or it's just they're making money outside the country. So, just
Odumodu Black came out one time, I think some weeks back, to call out label owners.
Yeah.
And calling them out on the fact that the artists should eat, just like you said. I mean, give the artists what is due them.
Sure.
Right? So do you think, in a way, it has to do with the labels you've been signed to? Do you think you're not getting enough remuneration as they should get from those labels? Because I understand why some artists will tell you, oh, I am an independent artist. I don't want any label drama and all that stuff. You see what happened with Kiss Daniel. It took him a while before he got rights to his own songs, So, I mean, do you think, in a way, it has to do with the labels they have been signed to?
I think there are a lot of factors. That's inclusive, we have very few record labels that have structure in the music industry. So that's one. I also think in this era of streaming, you have the Spotify, Audimac and all that. Remember, a lot of artists have been coming out to say in Nigeria here, they don't make enough money from streaming platform. Even Burna Boy said the same thing. I think it's about $300.
Times actually said the same thing.
Yeah, for like if you have 1 million streams and so. So imagine an up-and-coming artist struggling, getting 18K streams. It never even reach anywhere at all. You get. So there are a lot of factors. A lot of people are saying Afrobeats or the one another, but the main people now here are really not enjoying
the forefront of the Afrobeats.
So imagine if they say, we're in media now, like radio is profitable, we're cashing out from radio and all that, and then you're seeing people buying cars, houses, but I don't be the same radio midday. So
do you understand?
What's happening?
It can be really annoying.
So it has to trickle down.
Yeah.
It has to trickle down. So that's one. That record label, the structure, the streaming. What else? Maybe the players.
Promotions.
Yeah, the players, promotions, the investors. You understand? We're talking about tour now. You discover that a lot of investors know that they'll make more money outside the country. How many of these artists are doing tours here in Nigeria or in Africa? Because they know they might not make their money back. So you see artists bring out the dates of their tour. Always North America, Europe. We don't see in Africa.
Even comedians now are taking a swipe at that. You're doing foreign tours, and
but
you're asking yourself, what's wrong with Nigeria? Why are we not doing much of this in here?
We'll tell you because it's really not profitable. Because you need investors to come through to put on a big budget tour. It's crazy.
And I think it's really affecting the events industry as well, because people do events in Nigeria and they come out complaining, I don't even make money. This one saying, you be my friend now, give me a table. And then you spend a lot of money to put up a show or an event, and at the end of the day, what your take home is not even up to the amount you spent for the event. So it's really, really a thing to really look into and talk about. Yeah. All right. I'm hoping that our guys will shine your eye. This industry is a shine your eye something. You have to shine your eye for you to be able to get to the right places. You've got to stretch your legs and shine your eyes, you understand? Because they say nothing good comes easy.
And let's not also forget the purchasing power of Nigerians. I remember there was one time, it was Ashake or someone did a show and put gate fee 75,000 or 25,000 for this Nigeria.
For basic. I'll be for table of 5.
You get.
Oh my.
So,
Nah,
so you as an
nah.
artist, you'll
Nah.
be discouraged now.
No way.
And people can't buy your ticket.
No way. All right, away from Wizkid, I mean, we're super happy for you and the Hollywood Bowl. Let's move away from that now to the biggest feud right now in the music industry. We are talking about hip-hop. Hip-hop. These two people.
Let me see
my brother, this one reached the sip. Okay, so before now in the Nigerian music, hip-hop music scene, I mean, we've seen the likes of, what's his name, M.I. Abaga, we've seen the likes of YC, Olamide, who again? Vector, you know, and Fino, what's the other one again? All the way to see now.
Sasha P,
you know,
Ikechukwu, going into acting now. Little C.
So these are the guys that pretty much shaped up the hip hop industry.
Ice Prince.
Ice Prince is there. There's this other Igbo guy. I've forgotten his name now. Why am I forgetting his name? He raps in Igbo as well.
Zorro.
No, not
Is
Zorro.
he new school or old school?
Old school. He was with Fino and
Ill Bliss.
Say Ill Bliss.
Ill Bliss is there as well.
Ill Bliss is there, but I'm.
It's a come.
Nigaro, one name.
Oh, Nigaro. One name.
Nigaro. Nigaro is the name now. Oh, yes, yes.
That Nigaro.
Oh, yes. Nigaro is the name.
Where's that dude, bro? Where's that dude,
He's still there. I follow him on TikTok, but he's not even singing. That funny enough, he's not singing. He's not putting out songs again. And I'm like, it's like these things have died. But if we talk about new school, it's an OG, yeah. So you talk about new school hip-hop artists, we'll talk about the likes of Odumodu Black, we'll talk about Black Bones, we'll talk about, who again?
There's, you have Jerry the Hustler. You have
and the rest of them.
Zeus Jado.
The rest of them. But these two guys say they want to fight for who is the biggest rapper in the game. Okay, so Odumodu Black and Black Bones have been at it for a while now. I mean, this is a fight that has begun since, like, well, let's say the end of 2023. 2024, but it's been subtle, but it just became a full blowout, you know, last week. Yeah, where we saw Black Bones coming at Odumodu, and Odumodu will not just sit down and take it. He's giving the passports back to back. All right, give me, I give you, take it as you see it coming. You know, but then again, there's been this drama back and forth between these two guys, and yeah, it's been the talk of the town. What's the fight for? Who is the biggest rapper in the game? Like, I don't get the claims though. I know Odumodu Black is someone who likes to claim that he's all that in the industry. You know, after he won that Headies, I know we will not hear word. We will not hear word. He won the Headies for Next Rated, and of course,
Best Rap Single
cast with Charlie Poppy. And I'm like, I know, say this one way don't win Next Rated. Nobody comes close, like, and he's been at it back to back, telling us that, man, it's my songs. In fact, there was a recent one where he said that his single, what's the name now? Declan Rise is the biggest
cultural
song
impact, global impact,
the song with the most cultural impact in the world.
Arsenal star.
And I'm like, God, you need to be calming down. Where's your?
And it's in all caps.
Thank you. That's
like Donald Trump.
Oh my goodness.
Industry machine.
Industry machine for a reason, right?
Yes, now.
So I mean, the whole rant back and forth. I mean, what's the review? Where's the review from? You know, he has this self-acclaimed name he gives himself, like he's the best.
But that's what hip hop is all about. Hip hop is all about bragging, right?
Okay,
you know,
so now someone else is bragging that you can't take it.
Wait, okay. Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
Yeah,
you know the
I know.
It all started with the whole bragging, right? You know, Drake saying, there are three
And the
goats.
vixen,
You understand? Himself, Kendrick, and one other person. So hip hop is all about bragging rights. You understand? I'm the king. You understand? If you want to dispute that,
you can't stand another king in the kingdom.
Drop your diss track. Let's compare and contrast.
Okay.
But for me, I think Odumodu, this whole beef is more or less personal to him, because he mentioned, if you watch the interview, he said that Black Bones is the type of person who will praise you,
in front, and then
and go back and say your song is whack. Because if you correctly read out the history, back in 2023, they were
good friends.
They were G's. They both jumped on each other's albums, song. So I'm like, that was 2023. Even they did a collabo again, Technician. That was in 2024. True. So I think the whole thing started from maybe 2024. It started,
it started gaining traction from there,
devolving into what it is right now. And prior to that, they've been taking shots at each other in their songs. But this one, like you said, was like the full blown out confrontation. Black Bones dropped a song with AQ, who is really rapping. And that one, he went all out. No more short subliminals that they've been doing
after he won the Headies.
Yes, who is really rapping. Because he's been saying it's whack. Odumodu's song is whack. But the truth is, Odumodu, in his own defense, he has to do something different. Because the regular hip hop that we all know has not been
all that.
Let me know. Like, he just had to do something different. His style.
Yeah.
And that style won. So come on.
So if
he
the style is working for him, would you now say he's the best in the game?
Well, what criteria are you using?
So what criteria is he using to give himself the claim?
Well, he has won Next Rated. He won Best Rap Single. Where's Black Bones in that regard? Let's talk about the numbers. He will tell you he's tweeting all the numbers. 500 million streams. He also said which hip hop song in Nigerian history has been used to launch a footballer. Declan Rice is big tune. So yes. If in terms of global impact, I will agree, but for cultural impact, that's where I have my that's where I have my misgivings. You understand? Because even Eriga, if you bring it back home, has had more cultural impact. It's just that because his location might have been hindering him. Say rapping in Pidgin English and opening doors. Exactly. So if you want to talk about cultural impact. A lot of people, cultural impact, what does it mean is that how have you shifted
your song to
the culture?
To push a narrative.
You understand? So global impact, no doubt, yes. Big tune, done crazy stuff. Cultural impact, I will say that's subjective. You understand? The numbers are there, no doubt, you get. So let's be calming down.
So on the side of Black Bones, would you say, he's just chasing clouds with this whole back and forth?
But if you want to use what Odumodu said, that some people from Black Bones team, record label, his friends, they reach out to him for verses and stuff like that. Your own friend, even when they organize show, they'll rather bring him than Black Bones. I understand, because this music industry, people always go for who is popping.
Sure.
So Odumodu has a popping. His style of hip hop, is different.
It's different.
Let's be real.
It's different, actually.
Very different. Very domestic. Very down to earth. The slang and everything, plus his voice, very hyper masculine.
True.
You understand? A lot of guys, and he's also part of the crew, anti-world gangsters. So a lot of niggas and dogs relate. Black Bones is more like a very
well put together,
comedic timing and all that. You understand? So I get there's a difference, but still, both of them are contributing to the hip hop culture. So I just feel that we shouldn't, disparage one over the other. Everybody has their own style.
So I also kind of feel like this is actually beginning to bring back to limelight the hip hop music industry. I just think they should just put all of these quarrel and fight and beef into a diss track. Let's just have the track.
That's what Black
Let's
Bull
just,
said now.
can we just have the track? I mean, put it in a song. I mean, he said it's beyond the studio.
He said, get the fuck out of my mentions.
And just
I'm going to the studio.
Enter the studio and give us a song. Let's just close
be like Kendrick Lamar and drop the diss track. Let's see hip hop legacy. And I agree.
Let's see who's going to come out
well, I'm going to vent anyhow I want. Let's see. Like you said, it's good for the hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Because over the years, if you study hip hop history, it lives on this type of beef, from Tupac and Biggie.
It has always been the culture.
West Coast. But my own fear is that for the Nigerian industry, like you said, hip hop is not a mainstream genre.
True.
How many people listen to hip hop?
But we can really make it though, because there was a time hip hop was really a thing though. Before Afrobeats came over. But then, are you saying we cannot push? Because I'm a hip hop lover.
Me too. I'm a big hip hop head.
I'm a hip hop lover. I mean, it would be so beautiful to see a lot of hip hop artists emerging from Nigeria. I mean, just saying.
That's why Enkay dropped that song then when he said, you rappers need to fix up your life. People are waiting for me, the commander, to always come through to pull you up.
Who do you think you is?
But he's the OG now. He has done more for the culture, so no disrespect to Enkay. So other rappers, I don't know. It's because the truth is, hip hop here in Nigeria is not a mainstream genre, so that's a factor affecting it. But notwithstanding, they need to eat. Afrobeats, everybody just eating. See Charlie Poppy when he come outside now.
That's so. And it's trending all over the place.
Okay, let's not use Charlie Poppy say. Even his brother said, the Zeridiel, famous Pluto. Those guys, do you know how much they charge now to bring them 8 million, 10 million? Like, when they
just started.
So now, how many hip hop artists are brought on stage for shows?
We are even talking about shows. The radio stations now, let's even come down to how many times do we hear hip hop songs on the radio. So, I mean, these are some of the factors.
So that's why we give shout out to the likes that have been able to commercialize the hip hop. Enkay did that, commercializing the hip hop, mixing it so that people can appreciate it more. It's not really like 100% hardcore. Olamide does the same thing. Does the same thing, you understand?
True.
So, it's not easy, man. If you're a hip-hop artist, you don't know what they go through.
The struggle is real.
Very real
fingers
now.
Crossed, we know anything can happen anytime, but, fingers crossed, somehow, some way.
But the beef is good for the culture.
It's good for the culture.
It shouldn't always be that it's the beef that
actually revives the
culture every time. It's not sustainable.
All right, this is Teatok Show. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll give you another hot gist. Don't go anywhere.
Teatok Show.
All right, welcome back. It's still Teatok right here on Atlantic TV with your host for the most. Enkay is my name. I still got Freshie here, by the way. And that's last but not the least. After months and weeks and days of singing and live showing. What am I even saying? Okay, with over 5,000 applicants that applied for the Nigerian Idol Season 10 reality show, we are down to just 5 contestants remaining in the game. So it's been one live show to another since the live show started about 5 weeks ago. We now have 4 weeks ago, we now have 5 contestants remaining, with Pop emerging as the last girl standing. Hey, give it up for Pop. I never saw that girl coming. She just rose like a phoenix. I'm like, who would have thought that Pop would be the last girl standing? But hey, every week she shows us a reason why she should be in the competition. And we are so, so proud of her. Sisterhood is proud of you, girl. We are rooting for you. So aside Pop, we have Mickey, we have Lawrence, we have Raymo, and we have Brahmi still in the game. And last Sunday, we saw the Showstopper week. Yeah. That's one week I always look forward to.
Everybody always looks forward to that Showstopper.
They dropped it all on the stage. The performances were mind-blowing. Sure. I mean, I can't even say one person that really flopped, because everyone brought their A game. Yeah, though not on the same frequency.
Yes, exactly.
Not on the same frequency, but I mean, they did their best to deliver on their performances. But so far, who would you say was the best performance for you last Sunday?
Last Sunday, let's see. I would just rank. Let me
Okay.
just do
Okay.
like a ranking. I actually loved pop.
Okay.
Yeah, and Mickey,
Okay.
Raymu.
Rainbow.
Yes.
Okay.
Raymu. Who else again?
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
And Brami.
Okay, yes, that order. I felt this is my honest opinion. Contrary to
Okay.
what the judges said, I felt Lawrence actually struggled putting on that
The
Michael
dance
Jackson
and the
persona.
singing. Okay,
You
the
get-
persona
The
for
persona,
you.
it wasn't believable.
Oh,
I
okay.
understand that he was leaving his comfort zone, getting out of the show. Everybody
Yeah,
knows he
doing
was
the
not comfortable
dancing
with
and
it.
stuff.
So, but he tried though. I understand they just encouraged him another. But I mean, if you want to talk about Michael Jackson persona, he didn't really kill it for me. Yeah,
So
yeah.
would you say it has to do with the dancing or the singing, the tone?
Even the tone of his voice.
I was about to say that.
No, the tone was. I was about like this tone is not comfortable. It's not
comfortable.
working. Oh, it's not working. But hey, the tone
Okay.
wasn't working.
So if I'm to give my top 5 in the order of from least to the best for me from last Sunday, I would say Raymo was the least for me.
You didn't like the.
So I'm gonna give you my reason. Now Raymo has a very beautiful soft tone,
Yeah,
and singing a song like Titanium,
yeah.
it requires a lot of high notes and
Yeah.
pitches and everything. But he did that.
But then he has like a little bit soprano-ish,
he had the high
male
notes.
voice.
He had
yes.
the high notes, but I felt like he struggled with the song.
True.
He struggled with the song, and then in inculcating the dance as well, you could hear his breath while he was singing.
Yeah.
So I feel like he really struggled with that song. And then following Raymo, I would say Brami. Brami tried.
I think his own was the song choice. I wasn't that
Probably.
Chris Brown. I wasn't.
Probably is
yeah,
a song
it was
choice
song
because
choice.
I know Brami could do better.
I know. I saw his performance
performance
last
was
week.
the best for
Yeah.
me, but this last performance, I don't think he really gave us much.
It was
I know he has this condition he doesn't like talking about, but thank God it did not hinder him. He was so able to deliver. If not, nobody wanted for the talk for here. But then again, he actually did his best to bring that song to life with the whole dancing and everything. So I think Brami follows Raymond on that list. After that, we have Lawrence, and then we have Pop, and then we have
Mickey.
Mickey was the high point
Yeah,
for
he
me.
killed
Like,
it with spirit.
he finished. See, he ate and left no crumbs. He finished that song.
We already know Mickey's strength.
Yeah.
He's a minister.
Yeah, true.
So
true.
I see him going
Regardless,
to that. yes,
whatever he sings, you always see
He's
that
a
side of
minister.
him.
So I think he performs at his best in that his comfort
song.
zone. Gospel motivational songs,
Okay.
you know, like when he did Judy
Judy
K's.
K's,
I
Omema.
mean, it was like a
It was like
concert,
he was
like
singing.
worship. We
Yeah.
usually felt Holy Spirit moving in. You get,
Sing, brother.
yeah. So I get he already has that going for him as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people think he has a high chance of winning. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's very
yes.
easy to spot. Like, but then again,
The past winners have been ministers now. From Progress to
yeah, I would say progress from progress to in fact
Victory,
from kingdom
to
progress to victory to Chima. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. Although I'm rooting for, please, people should vote for Pop, if not for
Pop.
anything.
For the last woman
If not for
standing.
anything, let a female win.
True.
I'm looking forward to having another female in recent times win Nigerian Idol.
Yeah, the
And
last time
Pop
was
has
Omaomi, right?
no, it was Mercy Chinwo actually.
Okay, true. That's
Mercy
true.
Chinwo was the last,
That's-
and that's like
yeah,
years
yeah.
ago. Like it's
Omaomi
been-
didn't even win.
Omami
her
didn't
own-
even win.
yeah,
It was
West African Idol.
Yeah,
it was
Timi
Timi
Dakolo that
yeah,
won
that's true.
that part. So I would really love to see another female win. If not for anything, the fact that she's the last girl standing, can we just give it to her? I mean, she deserves it. I mean, she's got what it takes to be a global, a global star.
And honestly, I really don't know how Nigerians vote, how the audience,
we have a lot
viewers,
of sentimental voters in Nigeria.
It's not
That's
Big
the
Brother
thing.
Naija.
See,
they are voting Big Brother Naija style.
Even with Big Brother Naija, we see a lot of sentimental votes. And I don't know why. We have this pity party thingy for, I don't know.
I think it's because the whole idea of these reality shows have built this this camp.
Yeah.
So it's like me versus you.
You must have your fan base.
I
now,
know,
so.
but like someone said, like this week now,
it's a
Lawrence,
choice.
yes, Lawrence didn't really do it. Okay, not this week coming. Like, okay,
Last week,
Lawrence didn't really do it for me with the Michael Jackson song "Black or White." I very struggle with it. It doesn't mean that I hate him.
Yeah.
You understand?
True.
But if I were to vote, I'll probably vote Pop.
Yeah.
Or Mickey.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But for say fan base, die hard. You see now Lawrence, so if you like make it go up, is Lawrence. You see that's the disadvantage of things like this.
Yeah.
So maybe this week Lawrence might shock me, and I go on my phone or my app and I vote for Lawrence. I think that's the way people should approach this reality show, because week in week out we see people's strengths and weaknesses. Like you said, maybe the arrangement of Titanium, if it was different, I felt Raymond would have done very, very well. I just felt at some point it was looking
the
too
robotic thing was too rigid.
Yes, really. It wasn't flowing.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe it was just the arrangement.
Yeah. And I love the fact that Omaomi actually encouraged all of them.
Yeah.
Good to have her back.
Queen Mother.
Queen Mother. The Queen is back. And of course, we saw Rick Hassani performing one of his hit songs of his latest album as well at the start of the show. What's the name of that song again now?
I think he dropped an album now.
Yes,
Lagos Love Story. Lagos Lover Boy.
Lagos Lover Boy.
Yes, Lagos Lover Boy.
So
Lagos Love Story is a movie.
Yeah. So he actually sang a song of that album, and of course Inyanya as well. And then big shout out to Kafi, because Kafi did a number of those contestants. He actually brought those songs to life with the performances and the dance routines and everything.
We experienced that first time when she came to town now.
Right.
Some months back.
Don't even remind me.
I was up close and personal.
Right. She looks so energetic and fascinating.
Talking 40 or so.
If not even more than 40.
More, like 45, I think.
And she's still that energetic. I love those jeans.
I'm still struggling with six-pack.
Can you imagine that? Anyway, it's so beautiful to see. This week, we're going to be seeing the Viewers' Choice category, where the viewers get to choose the songs the contestants will perform. Well, we'll see how that goes. And of course, we'll see how many people will be going home on Sunday, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3, because we are gradually getting to the tail end of the competition. And now, just as this is going on, the Big Brother Nigeria reunion has started, and we are already seeing a lot of bass posts. But anyhow,
distractions.
After the show, it is Big Brother Nigeria. But anyhow, we're looking forward to all that's going to happen on Sunday at the next live show on Nigerian Idol. Well. You know what has a beginning has an end, and sadly, this is where we get to say our goodbyes. Freshie, you have really done well. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me
on the show.
Anytime.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I hope if I call you again, you will not tell me one thing. You'll be there.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Job well done.
Let's cheers to that.
Yes.
All right, guys, this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode of the Teatok show right here on Atlantic TV. Do well to follow us on our social media platforms, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep on watching all our programs right here on Atlantic TV. It's a beautiful weekend. Make sure you do what makes you happy, do what you want to do, and make sure you have fun while doing that. Until we come away again next weekend on another episode of the Teatok show, have yourself a wonderful weekend from your host. Bye for now.
Teatok Show.